Well, joining us on the line is Aisha Jammeh, daughter of the late Haruna Jammeh, who also work at the Victim Center. Aisha, thank you very much for joining us. Well, we have seen that the victims still are putting pressure on the government to consider the release of the Jungulers. Is it that you people did not believe what the minister said in the press conference on Monday, that the release of these Jungulers is in the interest of the victims?
Thank you very much for having me on your platform at a very, very short notice. But then, like I would say again, thank you. But then, the statement by the Minister of Justice during the press conference, well before the press conference, I was part of the victims that met him at his office together with the victims and the leadership. But just to correct one thing, this campaign is done by the people that are affected. Well, it has nothing to do with the victims center. It's the victim families that came together to work on our campaign video to make sure that our voices have been heard. What we feel as victims is that the Minister of Justice, even the victims we had flagged against right after the revelations. It was like our wounds were new again after these Jungulers testify at the TRRC. Sitting there looking at the person who killed my father, who killed other people's families, confessing to the crimes that he has committed. And then just a few days later, the Minister of Justice gave a statement that those people might be released. It's like an insult to the victims. No consultations, proper consultations was done. And to us, we feel that we're not being respected to the point our opinions matter to the government or to the minister, to the Justice Ministry. So that's how we feel as victims. Like I would always say, he who knows it feels it. And we know what we're going through. Only God knows, only Allah knows what we're going through right now. Speaking to you right now, I'm literally breaking into pieces, and other families are feeling the same way. Right. And then I think Minister of Justice should reconsider his decision of releasing these Jungulers. We're not even safe if these people are released into the society. We're not safe as family members of those victims whose perpetrators are eating with us. You could hear some of the Jungulers even said, he gave me food, he supported me in one way or the other, but still you killed that person. So are we safe as victims? Are we safe as victim families? No, we are not. So I think the Minister of Justice should reconsider his decision and see how best they can come with other mechanisms whereby these people will not be released.
All right. Well, sorry, Aisha. Like you said, you are struggling to talk to us right now. But let me also ask, after knowing that the proposed release of these TRC witnesses or the Jungulers is actually not an amnesty from justice, then to think that your campaign against it has potential to bury a lot of this truth?
Come again?
Yeah, what I was just saying that, the campaign against the releasing of these, TRC witnesses or the Jungulers might end up maybe burying a lot of the truth that people need to know.
I think, with regards to burying the truth, because they came in the open and then made mention of some of the atrocities they've committed, right? I know they've been what we were being told. We all know that they've been detained They've been detained, as they call it, illegally. I'm not a legal-minded person, but then why is it that these people were not being charged of murder? Because I know they've confessed to these crimes a long time ago. So the TRRC is a truth commission.
Yes.
So they could have filed a case against these people to say these people have committed these crimes, and then from there they could do further investigations. And
yeah, but then I said, sorry if I comment here, if I can comment there. There are other junglers or people that are also are yet to testify and they are expected to come. And if these people are not released, then to think those that would come later might not also be willing to tell the truth.
But then, if that is the case, to me, I think that is not a good strategy to go about this whole thing. Okay, now you're saying that you're going to release these people because maybe those others that want to come, will just want to come, and then because they've already seen the people that already came to the TRRC has been released, for them to have the confidence and then to come back to the TRRC to testify. So how about the people that these junglers killed? They don't have mercy for those people. So it's like mercy is being given to the perpetrators more than the victims. So that is how the victims are feeling right now. And then, like I said earlier, proper consultations could have been done. Proper consultation could have been done with the victim families, to prep them, to make sure that they've been prepped regarding the decision that is going to be made, the decision that had been made. But there was no proper consultation being made to the families. All we saw was something. All we saw was something went viral on Facebook that the Minister of Justice made this statement that he's going to release the junglers. So, as a victim representing other victim families on this platform, I think the Minister of Justice should reconsider his decision.
All right.
Because at the end of the day, we are not safe in the society, living with perpetrators who murdered our family members, who murdered our loved ones.
Okay. Well, apparently you were saying no to the move from the ministry of course, or you disapprove of that move of releasing, the junglers. But again, wouldn't that make other victims who are yet to know the realities in the killing and torture of their loved ones say that some of you are, self-centered in your own interests per se, that you are only interested with things that happen to you, because they are yet to know what happened with their own people.
Okay, now let's just take it this way. Okay, the false junglers that came and confessed to the crimes they've committed to our loved ones, right? So now, if the strategy is to leave these people for the other ones to come, for the other victim families. So we are the first people that are affected. So the same thing repeat again to the other victims that are yet to know the fate of their loved ones. If those junglers come again to testify, the same thing is going to happen again. They're going to release them, and then they're going to tell us something else. To be honest with you, it will be so hard for us to trust. It will be so hard for us to trust the system, because we don't know what's going to happen next. We all see how things are going, and at the end of the day, trust building is important in any work in any work in general. If you build the trust of people, if you gain the trust of people, it will be easier for you to work and collaborate with those people. But then, if the trust is at the first stage the trust is being broken, it's going to be hard for that to be amended, for that to be made up again. So, like I said, it happened. Okay. So I believe other victim families who are yet to. I understand it will be fair enough for every other victim family to know what happened to your loved one. But then, what's the fate of those victim families again? So if we don't stand out and say this doesn't have to happen. There are better mechanisms and better strategies to take to make sure that this thing is avoided.
Okay.
So,
well, yeah, just finally, Aisha, you know that the TRSC recommendations is what eventually will lead to the execution of justice or otherwise. So why do you choose to finalize your verdict at this stage?
I haven't finalized my verdict at this stage. Me personally, as a victim, and I cannot talk on behalf of every other victim who has been affected. But then, like I would always say, the truth for me, it's not just about. It's just about just knowing the truth, and then we try to reconcile, and then who knows what's going to happen the next 2 years. The TRRC mandate is 2 years. and then it's going to be it's ending in 2 years. So who knows what will happen after the 2 years? Whether the recommendations would we have seen other truth commissions in the we have seen other truth commission in other countries. There's still some of these recommendations are not being considered by the government, or the recommendations are made, of course, but then whether these recommendations will be implemented, that is the problem. So if these recommendations are not implemented, what is next?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Aisha Jammeh, the daughter of the late Haruna Jammeh. They are speaking to us. Thank you very much for your time, and it was indeed great having you there to, discuss about this recent development about the proposed release of the said Junglers.